Welcome to Course 12, Module 1, Preparing for Cybersecurity Job Interviews. I am Bayo Idowu. In this module, we're shifting gears from technical tools and frameworks to something deeply personal and equally important, you. This is about preparing you to land that cybersecurity job. Because, let's face it, no matter how many tools you've mastered or frameworks that you can cite, if you can't present yourself well in an interview or on your resume, you struggle to even get in the door. But don't worry, by the end of this module, you'll feel much more confident in showcasing your cybersecurity skills and communicating your value with impact. So here's what we're going to tackle together in this module. First, how to build a standout cybersecurity resume that grabs attention fast. And then we'll walk through how to write a powerful cover letter, one that doesn't feel awkward or generic. And finally, we dig into how to prepare for cybersecurity job interviews, from the questions you'll face to the mindset you need to succeed. So let's turn our potential into performance and make you interview ready in this real world of cybersecurity. So let's first of all look at crafting a strong cybersecurity resume and cover letter. So we start with your resume. Think of your resume as your digital handshake. It's your first impression. It's how you say, here's who I am, here's what I have done, and here's what I can bring to your team. So let's break it down by what makes a strong cybersecurity resume. There are key elements of a cybersecurity resume. And number one is contact information. This may seem basic, but you'll be surprised how many resumes include outdated phone numbers or unprofessional email addresses and so on. Keep it sharp and current. You can include things like your full name, your phone number, a professional email, ideally, some version of your name, and then a link to your, LinkedIn profile and GitHub if you have one, especially if you've uploaded projects or tools or even contributions out there. Think of this as your business card, everything they need to get in touch or check out your work. And next, let's talk about the professional summary. This is a brief 3 to 4 sentence paragraph at the top of your resume. And it's not your life story, it's your highlighted reel. Okay? Alright, so you want to immediately answer the question that's raging in the mind of the recruiter. Why should I keep reading? So an example you could put there would be something like, cybersecurity analyst with 4+ years of experience monitoring SIEM dashboards, responding to incidents, and conducting vulnerability assessments. Skilled in Splunk, Nessus, and Matrix attack. Holds a CompTIA Security Plus and pursuing CISSP. Notice how that's short and it's clear and it's packed with value. That is your goal. Now onto the technical skills section. Here's where you list your tools, systems, and languages, but don't go overboard. Focus on the skills that are relevant and measurable. Good example would be things like Splunk, SIEM management, network security, Python for security automation, vulnerability scanning like Nessus, Qualys, and so on, AWS security, endpoint detection like CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1, and so on. The key is to stay focused. No one wants to read a grocery list of random tools. If it's on there, you should be able to discuss it intelligently in an interview. Now, for the heart of the resume, work experience. Here's the golden rule. Always write your work experience using the STAR format, which is situation, task, action, and result. So let me explain with an example. An example would be role, security analyst at ABC Corporation. And then the bullet points should be like investigated phishing incidents. And that's the situation there. Coordinated user reporting procedures. That's the task there. Implemented email filtering rules and phishing simulations. That's the action. Reducing phishing related help desk tickets by 60%. That is the result. See how that tells a story. It gives context. It shows initiative. It proves impact. So whether you worked in a SOC or completed an internship or even just did hands-on labs, show what you contributed and how it helped. Next is certification and education. This is straightforward, but important. List only relevant certifications, things like CompTIA Security Plus, CISSP, CEH, which is Certified Ethical Hacker, GSEC, CISM, Google Cybersecurity Certificate, Microsoft SC900. And if you've gone through a bootcamp or university degree in cybersecurity or IT, mention it proudly. Include your GPA if it's strong. What about projects? If you're newer to the field or transitioning into cybersecurity, projects can absolutely make the difference. Have you built a home lab before? Or written a Python script to automate security scanning? Or used Wireshark to analyze packet traffic? These are real experiences. List them. Link to them. Talk about what you've learned and what the result was. So let's now shift our gears to common resume mistakes to avoid. Okay? Now, here's a quick warning. These are some of the most common ways people ruin their cybersecurity resumes. So you need to take note of this very well. Number 1, listing irrelevant experiences like waitressing or dog walking. And unless you are tying it into communication or leadership somehow, don't do it. Number 2, using generic buzzwords like hardworking, team player, without backing it up with real action. That is a no-no. Number 3, overloading the resume. White space is your friend. Keep it clean and readable. Number 4, ignoring formatting. Use clear section headers, aligned bullets, consistent fonts, because presentation does matter a lot here. Hiring managers often take less than 10 seconds on their first pass. Alright, so let's now look into writing a strong cover letter. So let's move on to your cover letter, which a lot of people dread. But here is the secret. A great cover letter isn't just a summary of your resume. It's a conversation starter. Let's break it down into 3 easy sections. Number 1, opening paragraph, which is the hook, really. Start with energy and purpose. Say what you're applying for and why you are genuinely interested in this company or role. Example would be, as a cybersecurity analyst passionate about protecting critical infrastructure, I'm excited to apply for the SOC analyst role at Delta Bank. I admire your commitment to security transparency and your investment in next-gen technology like XDR. You see, that's personal and it's specific and it's not a template. Now, let's look at the body of the paragraph, the body paragraph itself that showcases your value. This is where you spotlight your top achievements or skills and align them with the role's needs. Okay, so try this. In my previous role as Secure Tech, I helped deploy a Splunk-based SIEM platform across 5 departments and reduced average threat response time by 30%. I've also created phishing simulations that increased employee reporting rate by 40%. You see how it focuses on impact, not just duties? That is your best practice. And then let's look at the closing paragraph, which is the call to action. Wrap up with confidence and appreciation. Reinforce your interest and invite them to connect. Example would be like, thank you for considering my application. I'm eager to bring my SOC experience and passion for continuous learning to your team. I look forward to the opportunity to discuss how I can contribute to your cybersecurity goals. You see, that was short and that was clear and positive. All right, let's now pivot to the essential cybersecurity interview preparation strategies. Okay, so we'll talk about interviews where your preparation, communication, and your calm under pressure will make a huge difference. So the work you've done so far, your resume, your project, your training, this is your fuel. Now, you need to deliver it with clarity and confidence. So let's look at pre-interview preparation steps. Okay, number 1. Research the company and role. Don't just memorize the job description. Understand their business model. What tools do they use? What threats might they face? What are their values? A great answer sounds like, I saw that you recently expanded your cloud infrastructure into Azure. So I've been reviewing how to harden Azure deployments using native tools like Microsoft Defender for cloud. Now you sound invested. Number 2, practice common interview questions. Yes, practice out loud. Questions like, Tell me about a time you handled an incident. How do you stay updated on cybersecurity trends? How would you secure a misconfigured S3 bucket? Answer using the STAR method, just like in your resume, as I mentioned earlier. Number 3, set up for virtual interviews. If your interview is remote, test your camera, your mic, and lighting. Use a clean, quiet background. Dress professionally, even if it's from the waist up. And number 4, prepare your own questions. Yes, you should ask them questions too. It shows you're serious. Very good ones will be like, how does this organization define security success? What tools does your SOC team use for threat detection? What are the biggest cybersecurity challenges facing your company? And so on. All right, there is a practical exercise for you here. So, and this is on your resume and your cover letter, okay? All right, so here's a practice scenario. You are applying for a SOC analyst role at a Fortune 500 company, and your task will be to write a resume tailored to the role. Number 2, draft a targeted cover letter. Number 3, review 2 peer resumes and offer constructive feedback. All right, so what are the takeaways here? So let's wrap this up with a few important reminders. Number 1, your resume and cover letter should tell a compelling story, not just list tasks. Number 2, customize every application to match the job you are applying for. Number 3, interview prep is not just about memorizing answers, it's about knowing your value and presenting it clearly. Number 4, be professional, be prepared, and follow up. Those things, they make a huge difference. All right, so we've just completed module 1 of course 12, which is preparing for cybersecurity job interviews. So coming up next, we dive into technical and behavioral interview questions, how to answer them, how to think on your feet, and how to own the room even if you feel nervous inside. So let's keep going. Thank you.